New York, New York is a call to adventure in song form, and we're going to dive into the music to hear how the song uses a unique scale to bring out this theme of adventure. This ode to New York City is the signature song from On the Town, a classic 1944 musical comedy composed by the great Leonard Bernstein. The musical features three rambunctious sailors on leave in New York City for 24 hours, and as soon as they step off the ship, they burst into song.
New York, New York, New York, New York, it's a hell of a town!
Musically, this piece has a lot going on and I love it. Dissonant chords, multiple key changes, a symphonic jazz style, and syncopated rhythms all over the place. But I want to focus on just the melody of the verses, because it's here that I really feel that call to adventure most clearly in the music. I'm going to get a bit nerdy with the musical analysis, but don't worry if you're not familiar with music theory. What really matters is how you hear the music and how it moves you. I'm sharing my analysis and the themes the song evokes in me to give you a chance to hear it with a new perspective and hopefully enjoy the song even more. Let's get started by listening to the first verse. As you listen, think of a word or two you would use to describe the melody.
We've got one day here and not another minute to see the famous sights.
We'll find the romance and danger waiting in it beneath the Broadway lights.
But we've hair on our chests, so what we like the best are the nights.
Sights.
Nights, New York, New York, a hell of a town. The Bronx is up, but the bad...
What words best describe this melody? Maybe jazzy, exciting, gritty, bouncy, funky, or uplifting? The two words I keep on coming back to are edgy and hopeful. However you may describe it, a large part of what gives a melody its distinctive sound is the set of notes used to compose it. Notice that the melody is made up exclusively of these 7 notes: C, D, E flat, F sharp, G, A, and B flat, including the same notes at higher or lower octaves. These notes make up a scale, but it's an unusual scale for most of us familiar with the major and minor scales of Western music. It's most commonly called the Dorian Sharp 4 scale, and to me it sounds both edgy and hopeful at the same time, which is perfect for establishing the theme of adventure in New York, New York. To better understand the Dorian Sharp 4 scale, let's talk about two related modes, Dorian and Lydian. The Dorian mode has a flat 3rd and 7th relative to the major scale. The flat 3rd and 7th give Dorian its characteristic sound. To me, the Dorian sounds edgy, a little dark and dangerous, but not to the point of sounding downcast or gloomy. The Lydian mode has a sharp 4th relative to the major scale, and it's this sharp 4th that gives Lydian its characteristic sound. I feel the Lydian mode sounds hopeful, not just bright and optimistic, but also filled with wonder. Let's listen to each of these scales one by one for better comparison. First, the familiar major scale, which is our point of reference. Next, the Dorian mode. The Lydian mode. And finally, the Dorian Sharp 4 scale. As you've likely figured out, the Dorian Sharp 4 scale includes the characteristic notes from both modes, the flat 3rd and 7th from Dorian and the sharp 4th from Lydian. And Dorian Sharp 4 combines that edgy Dorian vibe with the hopeful Lydian feeling in an oh so fantastic way. Now, I haven't forgotten about New York, New York and On the Town, but I realize that half of you are thinking, this Dorian and Lydian stuff is all Greek to me. So let's listen to some more familiar songs that use Dorian and Lydian to get a more intuitive feeling for these modes before moving on. Let's begin with the song in the Dorian mode. Did you know that the verses of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean are in the Dorian mode? The themes of the song are undoubtedly edgy, and the use of Dorian, along with Michael Jackson's cool dance moves, helps bring out that edgy feeling all the more. One of my favorite examples of Dorian comes from the world of video game music. Junichi Nakatsuru's Super Smash Bros. 4 theme is intense and exciting, perfect for this over-the-top battler. Although it switches to minor later in the piece, it establishes the main melody in Dorian to create a sense of danger while still feeling fun and playful. Lydian is a bit less common and is usually only used in short segments. Legendary composer John Williams uses Lydian in his Jurassic Park theme to build expectation and convey a great sense of wonder. The short segments in Lydian helps guide the listener to feel hopeful as the characters first journey to the island of dinosaurs. Back to New York, New York. The Dorian Sharp 4 melody in the verses includes the characteristic notes of both Dorian and Lydian, so you can hear that edgy Dorian like in Billie Jean or Super Smash Bros., mixed with the hopeful Lydian sound as in the Jurassic Park theme. This blend of edgy and hopeful feelings encapsulates the adventurous spirit, living with the hope so strong that the challenges and danger along the way are simply part of the adventure and can be met with enthusiasm and courage. That's why the more I listen to this song, the more I want to live adventurously. If you're having trouble hearing that call to adventure, here's a little life hack. Listen to New York, New York with your eyes closed, take a deep breath, and picture in your mind's eye Michael Jackson on a dinosaur playing Super Smash Bros. Leonard Bernstein would be proud. Now that we all agree that New York, New York uses the Dorian Sharp 4 scale to elevate the theme of adventure in the song itself, let's look at the song in the context of the play. New York, New York shows up twice in the play, and the first time is preceded by I Feel Like I'm Not Out of Bed Yet, a soothing lullaby sung by dock workers who would clearly rather be in bed, under their warm blankets, sleeping in their ladies' arms. These workmen long for sleep, and to musically drive the point home, the song is mostly in 3/4, the usual time signature for lullabies. Of course, there is nothing wrong with sleep and comfort, but in the context of the play, it provides a thematic contrast to New York, New York, which is all about seizing the day. Taking it further, New York, New York practically interrupts the ending of I Feel Like I'm Not Out of Bed Yet, as it jumps in with dissonant chords and tense brass trills, sounding like an alarm clock.
Now, bud. 6 o'clock, will ya?
This contrast between the two songs serves to emphasize the call to adventure, and even adds a sense of urgency you might get from waking up to an alarm clock when you have something exciting planned for the day that you're looking forward to. Fast forward to the end of the play. The finale begins as a musical blend of I Feel Like I'm Not Out of Bed Yet and New York, New York. It's a slow lullaby in 3/4 time, with the strings playing the melody line of I Feel Like I'm Not Out of Bed Yet, while our lead sailors sadly sing New York, New York, the lights are out. It's as if New York, New York has been overtaken by I Feel Like I'm Not Out of Bed Yet, turning this anthem of adventure into a lullaby of sleepy resignation. This may be the saddest moment of the entire musical. Our heroes have lost their zest for life and finally given up hope. Fortunately, it's a brief moment, and the play concludes with the final, lively rendition of New York, New York in all its glory.
Sidelights nice. New York, New York, a hell of a town. The Bronx is
I hope these musical musings on New York, New York help you gain a deeper appreciation for this rich song, and maybe even spark an interest for living more adventurously. Adventure comes in a wide variety of forms, from pursuing a new hobby or taking on a challenging project at work, to engaging in a vulnerable conversation, or building a deep friendship. It's often more about approaching with an adventurous spirit than the activity itself. So I encourage you to answer New York, New York's call to adventure in your own way, and live this beautiful gift we call life to the fullest.